Welcome to Puerto Rico, welcome to Bacardi Distillery. My name is Beatriz. I invite you to take our tour here in our distillery.
Mr. Facundo Bacardi was the founder of this company. He founded Bacardi Corporation on February 4, 1862 in the colonial town of Santiago of Cuba. 75 years later, the company expanded their facilities to Puerto Rico, this time in Old San Juan in 1936. And we are approaching to the visitor center. This is the white and beige building that you see here.
Inside here, if you look around, you'll find yourselves inside a colonial courtyard. And this is what our founder saw when he immigrated from Spain to Cuba when he was 15 on 1830. Now, you might have already also noticed that we have 3 different mosaics on the walls. Each one of these actually represents a different event that led our founder into experimenting with rum. And the first one is actually this one here behind me. And here we have the discovery of the Americas. And everyone here pretty much knows about all this. But what I do want to point out from here though is that on his second trip in 1493, Christopher Columbus brought over sugarcane to the Caribbean. And that's because sugarcane is not native to the Caribbean and it's not native to the Americas either. It's actually native to China and India. From there, Alexander the Great took it to Europe and Christopher Columbus brought it to us from the Canary Islands. And when he brings that sugarcane over, it becomes one of the most important ways of living here in the Caribbean during the 16th and 17th centuries. The pirates used to drink a lot of rum. But that rum that they used to drink is not the same type of rum that we drink today. Now they actually used to drink that rum for medicinal purposes. So it was pretty similar to what we know today as the mojito. The only difference being that that medicinal rum was pretty harsh and it was known as Kill Devil. And it had that name because they go on their journeys at sea, pretty much start getting seasick, absolutely normal by the way, but to them that meant that the devil was trying to possess them from the inside. And the only way to kill that devil clearly was by drinking from that rum. But that rum was 160 proof. So it was crazy strong. But after a couple of hours, the devil will be nowhere in sight, for sure.
Cuba Libre is the most served cocktail drink in the world. But it's also one of the most simple type of drink. It is just Bacardi and Coke. It is not Bacardi and Pepsi. It is not Bacardi and RC. It is just Bacardi and Coke. The way it's registered as an official Bacardi drink. But its name, Cuba Libre, in Spanish terms means Free Cuba. This name was acquired after the Spanish-American War, where a group of U.S. soldiers got together in a local bar in Havana and began mixing their favorite refreshment, Coke, to the rum of that moment, Bacardi Gold. But after a few hours of celebrating, let's say, the high-ranking officer, he stood up and raised his glass up in the air, and he toasted, but he said it in Spanish. He said, "Larga vida por un Cuba Libre," which meant long life for a free Cuba. And from there on, everybody recognized Bacardi and Coke as Cuba Libre itself. But then again, our Cuban friends now refer to this as La Mentirita. Mojito, that famous Cuban drink, consists of spearmint leaves, lime juice, sugar, Bacardi Light Rubber Club soda. It is actually the oldest cocktail drink ever created with Bacardi. The drink itself dates back as far back as when the company itself was established in 1862. Before that, they made sort of the same type of drink, but they used a very strong flavored rum in those times. So strong it was that the drink itself even carried a pirate name to it. But after the company was established and came out with a light, clear, a better tasting rum, they did the same mix, but later, and I do mean decades and decades later, a Frenchman renamed it Mojito. Now this is the way you guys gotta make them at home. You get yourself a nice 10-ounce, but thick glass. In it first, put in about 10 or 12 spearmint leaves with 1.5 ounces of Bacardi Light rum. Your next step, you will first mash the leaves down into the rum. So the essence, flavors of the spearmint gives the rum a mint taste. Then you add your lime juice to it, preferably freshly squeezed, about 1 ounce or 1.5 ounces. 2 or 3 teaspoons of sugar, stir all that up together, then fill it up to the top with ice, club soda, and stir again. That will be your mojito mix made at home.
So thank you very much for your visit. I hope you enjoyed the tour. So keep watching our videos. My name is Beatriz, here for Puerto Rico, San Juan.